Welcome to Good Morning Hospitality, your one-stop shop for the latest news, noteworthy trends, and thought-provoking discussions across the industry. From hotels and short-term rentals to all things travel and hospitality, you'll find each episode equips you with the information that you need to start your week. Join us on Good Morning Hospitality every Monday, wherever you get your podcasts.
Good morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing?
Hello. Doing great. Happy Monday.
Dang it. How we feeling this Monday morning after a fun, beautiful weekend? For all of our live viewers who are just getting on to the pod, let us know where you're commenting or where you're tuning in from. Comment where you're tuning in from. We'd love to see where you're all at. But yeah, how's your guys' weekends? Catch me up. What did we
It was
miss?
good. I wanted to see if you could guess based on my background does not give anything away, but where in the country am I today?
Yeah, let's see. You go up north a lot. So north and as in terms of New York. So are you in New York? Are you near
Close.
New York?
I'm in Boston.
Boston.
She said it last week. Come on.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
I guess you just don't listen.
We can't keep up with everyone's travels.
For those who tune in, we all knew Brandy was going to be in Boston.
I had like incredible seafood this weekend. That was like one of my main goals. And I got off the plane and literally just like suitcase in hand went and met my friend in the seaport at the Island Creek pop-up and just had like so many oysters and razor clams and wine, which is also important.
Hell yeah. It's always
Washington.
important.
Yeah.
Salt water. Nice.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
For me, nothing crazy. Went to the pool with Oliver and one of his little friends. But in terms of same old, I'm getting on a plane this week. So
Oh my gosh.
see you later, people.
Where are you off to?
Going up to the hotel up in Virginia just for a quick stay, but popping up, it'll be back home tomorrow.
Nice quick
Good.
work trip. Making
Quick
sure all the
work
check-ins are done.
In and out, check some boxes, shake some hands, kiss some babies, show
Yeah.
face. Show face.
That's the way you gotta do it, man. We just gotta show face every now and then. Just gotta
That's right.
kiss some babies, shake some hands. Well, very cool. Very cool. Hopefully you have a safe trip. How long are you gone for? Just one day?
Just
Quick.
the one night. 24 hours on the ground. That's about
Nice.
I'm on the same flight out as I am on the way in. So
That's as much as Kristen allotted for, right? She was like, you get one day. That's it. One day of travel.
yeah, I usually try and squeak 2 in, but yeah, this popped up last minute. So just, try to make it quick and painless for everybody. But it'll be good. Yeah, we've got a 22 key hotel up in Virginia, so it's been doing great. Pulled some metrics on it. We talk about with Jamie a lot on booking windows. Our booking window is 12 days, 12.2 days.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
pretty tight.
Pretty tight.
All fancy stuff.
I love it. That's funny. That's really funny. Well, yeah.
What about
hopefully
you,
it's good.
Will? What about your weekend?
Oh, just spending as much time up in the mountains as possible.
Show us the
What goes-
pictures. Show us
Oh,
the
yeah.
pictures.
Oh yeah. Well, I queued up some pictures for our live viewers who watch. But yeah, I went up to Crested Butte this weekend. My friend Taylor Hills, who owns Effortless Rental Group out here in Colorado, pinged me Thursday evening. Was like, "Yo, come up to Crested Butte. Let's go on and do a cool hike." So got to do a hike, paddleboarded, connected with nature, disconnected from my phone. Had some well and good morning coffee every morning. It was a good time.
Yeah,
Vibes
first
were
image
high.
Looked AI driven, but
This
whatever.
one?
Yeah.
No, this was straight up on my phone. No edits, no filters, just straight up click, put back in my pocket.
All right.
Beautiful time. I think we missed the daisies and like the actual bloom by like 5 or 6 days. So it would have been way prettier, but we still got some. It was nice. But we had, outside of a busy weekend for the three of us, we had a light news cycle, I would say. So yes, there's a lot of travel news, which there's going to be some stuff that we'll want to cover in the next coming weeks as more is developed. But the three of us saw this report last week come out on Friday from Skift Research called The State of Travel. And it's for all of 2025 as we are halfway through or a little over halfway through the year. And we decided, hey, since there's a little bit of a light news cycle, we would love to cover our favorite slides and trends or just pieces of information from this that we thought was insightful, which was, or just something that we connected with.
And it's almost a 250-page report. So it's like one of those bills that
300,
Congress passes.
huge.
We didn't read it all. Well, I can confidently say I didn't read it all. I did scan through probably hundreds of pages that were interesting or important, and we all picked out a couple of ones that we thought were interesting. Some tie into topics we've talked about on the show, some don't. We've done some of the work for you, but go check out the report. Doesn't matter which segment of hospitality you're in, Skift covers it all, and I'm sure there's something in there that's important to your business.
Yeah, I was going to say, for all of our short-term rental people, this is great for you to get out of your echo chamber, as we see some people post on LinkedIn, and to experience what's going on beyond that small world. Sorry if that makes people upset, but anyways, so let's jump in. I think it's, without further ado, we should just go with Michael, who was so excited about doing this about doing this report. So let's jump in.
I do love big data reports because it is important to see what's outside of just your bubble and see how broader booking trends and travel trends are playing out. One thing that we've talked about on the show a few times is diversifying OTAs and how credit cards are now becoming better and better distribution channels. And the data, in fact, supports that. So Chase Travel is the largest gainer over the past 5 years or so. I think, again, credit cards with loyalty and points. I might be making this up, but I feel like I read this in the report that something like 70% of people use their credit card points for travel and not other things. So it makes sense why that's such a big channel and growing. But between Chase and Amex's multiple business lines, their travel and then their groups, credit card companies account for about 13% of gross bookings and total market share, which is staggering. That's a huge amount. Now, Amex's group business travel is a chunk of that, probably about half of it. But the credit card companies are forces to be reckoned with within the space. So if you're not starting to think about how to get listed on Chase or on Amex, then do it. Excuse me.
Yeah, and it can be tricky. I mean, for like a couple of years, we were trying to figure out, because the systems don't all seamlessly work together. And we had experience we were trying to get on American Airlines hotels, and that's done through Agoda, and it was just like a ghost ship over there. So if anyone from Agoda is listening, like there's just like, they're like, yes, we connect to that, but like you kind of have to figure it out. And like it's interesting. The companies also have to have, like, whoever they're connecting to you with, they have to continue to nurture those partnerships, because if you want to have robust distribution, you have to actually like have the infrastructure to do that.
Yeah. I was going to say, after meeting some people on the credit card side of the industry earlier last year, a lot more this year, I've noticed with them that they're very, I wouldn't say picky, but they're pretty corporate. So obviously having the processes down, having the inventory nailed down before they even start listing any homes or hotels, right? Like they know exactly what they're going after. Obviously, there's a lot of things that go undiscovered, right? They're not going to find every brand, every home, every hotel that is perfect, and they're going to have to continuously add on. But they are very intentional, I would say, and they take their customers serious. The points and the usage of those points is life and death in almost some cases for their world. So it's pretty interesting to watch as it grows and scales.
And you can almost throw Marriott Homes and Villas into this category because it is a points-based transaction, and it is a channel that has continuously grown for lots of operators across the country. So I think the points-based systems, the loyalty-based systems from the credit cards, and then Marriott, and I'm sure we'll see it more and more from the other flags. It's just a matter of time. For those reasons, Will, that you discussed, they probably haven't joined because or gotten involved in short-term rentals specifically because of the standards and complexities with their franchise owners. But Marriott's proven it can be done, just like kind of Amex and Chase are proving it on the card side.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, I don't know if anybody has been reading the like sagas across the internet about the Chase Sapphire Reserve fee increase to almost $800, and then Amex is going to outdo that later this year. And there's so much, like all their loyalty points are changing and how you can buy and book travel, and it's becoming even more complex. And it'll be interesting. I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, like, am I really going to stay? But it's like, I have all these points, and if I can, if you actually use those cards, how they're designed, you can fully cover that charge. But they know they have a captive audience. So now they're
Yeah.
doing the Netflix model. Things are going to get pricier.
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest too. I feel like it's a lot to manage as an individual, right? If you're managing a corporate card with points and a personal card with points, if you don't do the way, Brandy, as you said, like points are meant to be done, I think of like Brian Kelly, the points guy, right? Like he's obviously mastered it, I'm sure, but just thinking of like how much upkeep that really is, it's a lot. It's a lot of work on the consumer. But then also, I feel like points have lost their value. They have lost their reach in a lot of ways. So I would love to see points become more valuable over time, as obviously they're becoming such a huge channel. I would love to see, obviously, they're not going to have the same value that they had a long time ago, where you can get like a free room with a couple of weeks of travel or something like that. But it really does need to stretch further. I think what's the point of having 1 million points if you could barely use them on a weekend getaway with your family, right? So it's like, okay, I have 500,000 points, or I have 1 million points, but my wife is upset because I can't use them for shit. So it's like, okay, you really need to have the points start counting for more. But that's just my one opinion. I think eventually the consumer will get to the point where they'll demand that they stop changing the point system and start adding some true extended value beyond the usage. But that's just
Best of luck with that.
Yeah, that's my Brandy rant of the day.
Speaking of Brandy rants, Brandy, which topic did you go with?
Yeah, so there was a slide about our favorite word, AI. We can't go an episode without saying it. Yeah, so it shows kind of how Eastern countries, specifically India and China, are like hugely bypassing Western countries in terms of their usage of AI for travel planning, or their intent to use AI for travel planning. So both China and India, the responses from those countries said 77%, like very likely that we're going to be using AI, like that's part of our travel planning. And then the US was way last at 29%. And I thought this was interesting, and like, speaking of our echo chamber bubbles, because it feels like at least in the business side of travel, everybody's talking about AI and how it's going to be used. We see all these companies putting AI into products. Personally, my friends that are in, like engineering, that's super huge. Everybody's using AI in their daily work life to write emails and make them sound less mean or something. You know what I mean? Like everyone, but that is just my bubble, because clearly this shows that we are so far behind in terms of like where that is in people's, like right in the forefront of people's minds. And I think travel is a really accessible and frictionless way to start using AI, because you can just, especially big family trips, you could start, help me put together the schedule, help me organize these flights, help me find the hotel or the quickest distance or whatever. And so there's this first friction point of people being apprehensive about it, like the general population, and they need to like overcome that. And certainly China and India are way ahead of us in that respect.
So I'll take the contrarian view here. I get it for group travel and organizing schedules and flights and whatnot. That makes sense. But there's an old study from HomeAway some number of years ago that people enjoy the planning process as much, if not more, than the actual trip. Just the daydreaming and the, oh, I can do this, or I can go here, I can eat there. and AI can just suck the fun out of the planning phase. You learn a lot through the discovery. Maybe it just automatically tells you, Will.
I would like to veto that. I think it's a great starting point for the discovery phase. It's a good way to get the creative juices flowing and say, hey, like we have a family of 6 and we're thinking about these dates and this is our budget or this is our range, right? Like kind of a good starting point, I think. Could be creative.
Have a good starting point, but there's a study or a statistic in this article as well that 80% of travelers begin their research on social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think you're gonna supplant social media as inspiration. Like AI's innately not inspirational. Humans are visual creatures. Let's see the inspiration on socials, and then go to your favorite channel, whether it's direct, whether it's Google, whether it's AI. But I don't know. The planning process is fun to me.
I know we've talked about it because Expedia put out that report a while ago. I know we've talked like multiple times about the planning process of a trip, but I think AI eventually will become more inspirational than social. But
well, I think for me, what was interesting about this wasn't even like, are you currently using AI? It was like, what is the likelihood that you are going to use it? So it's more like it's at the forefront. It's clearly at the forefront of people's minds in Eastern countries, China and India specifically. So
why is that? That'd be interesting to understand.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. Well, since we each kind of picked 2 topics, I would love to share one of mine. And I think it's something that I just have personally felt. And I think we all kind of leaned towards something that we saw that stood out to us in terms of our own favorite trends. And so I think my favorite slide was about, I think like slide number 39. Again, for any of the live viewers or listeners, there's a report link. Go ahead, download it. It's free. So shouldn't be much of an issue. But the travel cornerstone is emerging to the experiential economy. So the slide kind of showcases manufacturing creates, goods. So real life products. Service economy sells skills or services, obviously. And then the experiential economy is selling identity. And I think this is something we've seen throughout the year or years with the Taylor Swift effect. We talked about it last week about Bad Bunny. I've seen it with sports. People are traveling for their favorite sport team or even just new things that they haven't done. As you could look at trail running as a big sport is becoming really popular. I see all over my feed. So the experiential travel piece is super huge, and it's actually a big driving factor for the global growth of travel. So it just remains hopeful. And I think as the kind of reason why I picked this slide or picked, the experiential economy becoming such a big important thing in the travel industry is because I think in a world that's so divided recently in the last couple of years, it's just cool to see people get connected over stuff that they love. And that can bring so many different people, different cultures and different backgrounds and different everything and kind of bring them under a one roof where they can just enjoy being fans of their favorite or their whatever. So I think for me, that was my biggest one.
I love it. Go touch dirt, people.
Yeah. Get outside.
Disconnect from your phone. Go see your favorite show or sport or concert and artists and connect with the people around you. I see these Instagram. Yeah, seriously. I see these Instagram reels where these guys like wear like GoPros on their head or they got meta glasses or something. And it's like social anxiety is scared of this guy. And he's like talking to every stranger that walks by. He's like, oh, I love the shirt, love the shoes. Like we need more of that in the world. We need more of that. Less being on your phone and commenting on the keyboard and commenting in real life. So
the best industry to facilitate that is hospitality. So
amen, baby. Absolutely. Amen. So that's my speech for the day.
Don't over-engineer technology. You still want to put in the human touch to hospitality wherever you can.
Plus, get creative. Like, really push the boundary of what your venue, your business can do in terms of experience. I think we've seen a lot. Obviously, budgets come into play, but you could do a lot with a little. So, yeah, that's my one thing.
Will's been touching a lot of dirt lately, so I love it. And my next topic was family first travel. I've got kids, this relates to me. I would have been shocked if you guys selected this one. But young parents are leading the way in multi-generational travel. It's stated 58% of millennials and Gen Zs expected or were planning a vacation with multiple generations within their family, which is up from 31% of Gen X. So naturally, the younger generations want to or are seeking out trips with more with families. And 81% of Skift's respondents preferred to go to destinations that were more family centric and had activities for all ages. And this kind of hits home with what we're building at Nook. We want to be family first. We see a lot of outdoor hotels and concepts being couples oriented, couples driven. We don't see enough being family driven. And there's nothing better. My son is begging me to take him camping right now, but it's 100 degrees in Alabama and there's no way in hell I'm sleeping outside.
Hard pass.
Yeah. So I was like, wait till the fall, buddy. I'll take you in the fall.
Come out to Colorado. I'll take you to guys to a couple good spots.
There we go. So yeah, it's just so important for kids to touch dirt, and play in the dirt and get dirty, and for moms and dads to teach them how to fish and what to look for, how not to touch a snake and run right up on it. These are all experiences I've had in the past couple of weeks. So yeah, the family focus, it's wild. I love seeing the data proving kind of the thesis of what we're building at Nook. But it's important to consider when you're building your short-term rental house, your company, your hotels. Just think about the full family aspect of it.
Yeah, it's really really good. I heard a podcast the other day about how like a short-term rental host needs to kind of put themselves in the guest shoes more. So it's like if you're a mom or a dad, think about other moms and dads being at your place and like the way that the toys are set up on the dock, or the way that the kitchen is maneuvered with cooking utensils and spices or whatever, right? Like just think about the little things on top of what you were talking about, Michael. But no, I love that. That was awesome. I'd love to see Seth and the Skift Research team come up with a singles travel. It's like, what about singles? Come on.
Yeah.
There might have been some data in solo travel. I think I scanned through some there. So
all right.
We'll have to do a much deeper dive.
Yeah, 100%. I love it. What else do we got here? I think we had.
So I thought this kind of fit into the AI travel planning, but there is a slide about booking trends across different hotel verticals, like hotels, flights, but like direct site versus OTA. And for the hotels, I found really interesting that 50% of people are booking directly on the site versus 43% on OTAs. And I find that really interesting. It kind of surprises me that OTAs have such a small gap. And then I guess that other percentage is, travel agents maybe, or something like that. But I think that goes to show that people are somehow figuring out, like, the OTAs don't have the dominance of aggregating all that data anymore, even if they that's their sole job, but people are figuring out ways to kind of do that themselves that fit their personal needs. And I think that's where the AI travel planning will come in. I mean, are they going to search all the OTAs and the direct sites? Probably. But if you say, I want to book direct or I want the cheapest price, that's probably going to be the direct site. And I think that will lead more and more people towards direct. And this, for a bigger conversation, for someone more knowledgeable than me, this is all like the fight about AI search versus like regular search and how that's going to totally shift. If anyone's been doing Google ads recently, that there's been big impacts. So it'll be interesting to see how all of us that have our own businesses might benefit from this new direct booking surge.
100%. I just wish I could remember what was mentioned in more detail at the AI and Data Summit in New York by Skift, because there was a lot of commentary about that, and it's crazy because it's shifting like pretty quick with how dominantly just popular AI has become with people just playing with it. So, yeah.
And what about you, Will? What's your second favorite graph?
Oh, Well, let's go over here. And it's pulled it up. US consumers remain eager to increase spending on travel. And I think it kind of, for me, just tied back into earlier, which is like live experiential travel. I think that is a big driver. I think as Americans are looking at what they want to spend their money on, not what they have to spend their money on. We're all realizing we want to spend our money on more experiences, on more ways to get around and to get out from our screens. I think I personally do believe that is a big driver. So in this slide, it really just showcases the increase of travel spending. And so over the last, what I would say since February, yeah, it looks like February, is when things really started to shift in terms of travel dollars being allocated or wanting to be increased. So I think that's pretty important because, yeah, it's just like COVID, right? Enough time anchored down in one spot, you get a little antsy. So you want to get out and about. And I think we all look at our bills and the income we're making and taxes and all this stuff, and we realize we wish it could just go to more fun things, right? So
we all had travel taken away from us 5 years ago, right? It hadn't even been that long. So I think we all learned the importance of travel and social activities. Both your points, Will, are perfect microcosms of what was taken away from us in COVID, and how important it is to get out and experience new things and travel. And we're all in this industry. My guess is because we love it, not because not for the money, because we all know where the money lies in this industry. But it is it is a great industry. We all love to travel, and we all know how important it is.
100%. It's all been a big part of all of our lives. You could tell the people that aren't in hospitality for hospitality, right? So it's a pretty clear distinction. Yeah, I think that's the right word. Anyways, what's going on this week? What are you guys looking forward to? Give me something other than same old, same old. Give me a little teaser, just a little something outside of your traveling to the hotel, Michael.
Traveling to the hotel. I'll send you a picture.
Perfect.
It's not going to be as pretty as yours, though, to be honest. That's going to be tough to beat.
That was a good view. That's a good view. Brandy, what are you doing?
Well, I'm heading back to the Soup, aka Miami, this afternoon. This week kind of chill. I'm back home for like a week and change, and then I'm going up to the Adirondacks for like 3 weeks. So that I am very excited about. Although I have been told the bugs up there this year are outrageous. So
ferocious.
I'm not totally looking forward to that part. But being in the lake is like my favorite thing in the world. So I'll deal with the bugs.
Bring extra spray and maybe a face cover so you don't
and those electric rackets.
Oh yeah. For
sure.
I need to get one of those for my camping trips. I went to a camping spot last weekend or something, and I made it one night because I woke up the next morning, had coffee, completely bundled, and was getting destroyed by mosquitoes. And no amount of spray, campfire smoke, or tiki torches would help. So yeah, it was bad. I feel you, Brandy. I feel you. Anyways, for all of our live viewers, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We want to hear about your week, so feel free to message into the show on your favorite platform, whether it's LinkedIn, X, or of course YouTube. We would love to see where you're tuning in from, what you like about the show. And then of course, shout out to you guys for making the episode so fun. And like always, make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, see you guys next week.
Bye.